As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Thank goodness. You're a little early. I'm sorry, I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody was answering the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured and hurried more often to fasten my house. I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason. It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. Did you manage to find everything that I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I got everything right. I'm sure it'll be fine. I take Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. I cleaned it before you came over, so that's a very considerate thing of you to do. Nah. I would be really embarrassed if my room was a mess while you were here. Just. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatch Yuri's wrist, which is the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both her hands firmly in her lap, as if making sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started? Yes. I have a few things planned out you can help me with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I want to make sure that our guests get to a faraway place. Although many would just stop by out of curiosity, and for cupcakes, I guess. But I'm determined to make an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget when you're a pretty intense person. Intense? Well, I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? It makes me feel relieved and kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be anxious. You can relax a little. Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to go use them during my poetry event. Oh yeah? Like what? Yeah. Let's see. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and woolen cylinder-shaped object. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the window with black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that'll be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would be really neat. What's that wooden thing though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not familiar at all. Is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils and the herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even tell it permeates through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. This is all up Alyssa's alley. Alyssa loves all this stuff. It's almost like magic. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through the small hole in the top. Mans, if you want, because look, at the end of the day, the sub only lasts for 30 days and I'm not always live here. And if you're going to sub, if you were going to sub, you should sub on TikTok, not here, because it's cheaper on TikTok. I can't adjust the prices here. So if you did really, really want to sub, and you really, really asked your parents nicely and they agreed, TikTok's cheaper. And if anything, it's probably better to sub on TikTok as well, because you get the TTS too. No worries, Blue Edits. You have a good one. Thanks for being here, okay? What kind of mood is that one for? This is a jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I choose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Yeah, Sima, I'm waiting for the horror to start too. I thought it would be starting a lot sooner. You feel warmer, your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think it would be perfect for sharing other poems? It sounds suitable. But you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She once again reaches into a bag and pulls out several spools of ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. Well, we won't be using that paper for folding origami. What I like to do is write a different word on each paper, and we need 100 of them. It's a lot of talking. I know, Simmer. I thought the horror was going to kick off a lot sooner, but people seem to really like this game, and I was like, well, let's get it done. It will. It's a slow start. Yeah, I think I'm like 3 hours in, and no horror has happened yet. What would those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon and hang from the doorway of the classroom. Well, then we can fasten the paper on the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea that you're so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I'm supposed to get a little intense, as you'd put it. She giggles with red cheeks. Is it me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Maybe it's the excitement she feels for sharing something that she enjoys. Or is the amount of time we spend talking to them? It took about 6 to 7 hours for you to play this game. Oh my god. This probably has to do with the fact you're streaming and stopping. Cause, yeah, that's true. I'm trying to like power through it. Here's a marker. You can write any characters you want. It'll help you once you finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. I sit on the floor and together both of us get to work. I carefully draw different characters on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon with her desired length. Then she reaches into a bag one more time and pulls out a pocket knife. Eh? The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an enticing pattern that waves jets into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well, she looks away. What is it? You're gonna think it's weird. Whatever, I have no reason to judge. Each to their own, you know? If you promise you won't get weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and the feeling of danger, maybe? What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you get about sharing. Well, it's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah. Like, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? There's going to be ad breaks. All right, we got ads. It should only be 30 seconds, so we'll wait. I actually get a thing that pops up on my chat thing now, so I know when the ads end. I got a timer now, so I can see it. So the ads should be ending now. Ads should be over now. It should be it. It is, isn't it? She relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. She carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I get the point of the knife on Medic's finger. Ow! Pez! Why would you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off. Without warning, she puts her finger in my mouth and licks the wound? Okay, I think we're at the disturbing bits now. We're at the disturbing bits. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Laura's her head and her face is blurring up. Yes, she did go to my house with knives. That's a good point. Yuri? That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Sure, it was a little weird, but it took me by surprise. But I guess she was trying to help me out, right? Yeah, this became a different time of game now. It has. Yes, Alyssa, people's mouths have a lot more germs than dogs. Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. If she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon. Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. happening? An eye for an eye, I see. Pez? Did you really just do that? Now we're even? Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Pez. She giggles shyly. Huh? Yuri calling me weird? I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, I already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. As Ventura would say, yeah, alrighty then. Pez was the real horror all along. You know what? I am actually probably the weird one. You should actually go wash it. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all down side by side. It looks better than I expected and will definitely be effective as a door curtain. This looks great. I was thinking about coming up with this, Yuri. Ah, thanks. It's something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Ah, that's right. One of the items Yuri's asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. Well, we need about 6 cups of water to put in each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. And just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it'll be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to get a small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate and catch my paint that drips and bring it back into my room. Yuri? Yeah? I come in to see she's quickly unrolling her sleeve and putting it back over her arm. Ah, nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? Ah, no, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets and dropping them into cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors of the sunrise, then daytime, then sunset, and then nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you going to write? Well, it'll be more fun to surprise you. She smiles at me. If you say so.
Back off, you spooky bitch.
Yeah, it's kind of getting a bit weird. Uses a brush to add a few dots in different colors across the banner and serve as a color guide as when we paint. Once you and your friend hung out and you accidentally cut yourself with a knife because it was cutting clay. Oh, really, Mars? Just like this? Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots to different colors across the banner and serves as a color guide. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on the banner with watercolors feels a lot like art class projects we used to work on back then. It's relaxing. I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean it like that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself, for me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like it when you can spend time with one other person. Even if it's just something simple like reading, it doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things a little bit nicer. I think it is all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. She smiles gently. I knew you would understand. She leans over the banner to grab an unusual paintbrush, but doesn't move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yuri reels back and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. Just startled, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. Not your fault. Your face. There's droplets of paint of Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out to fetch a small towel and dampen it with hot water. I return to the room and kneel back down in front of her. Oh, here. I sat down and put Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is something wrong? It's hot. I didn't expect it. Sorry. This is getting intense. Germaphobe licking someone's blood. Yeah, no, that's a whole load. Look, I know all about that kind of stuff. Don't do that. Hey, Vivian, how you doing? Yuri's your favorite? After having finished, I start to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Just for a little longer. Feels really nice. I keep my hand is still against her neck. She looks into my eyes. An intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost like she's lost in a gaze, enveloped by her own thoughts. I wish I was that towel. You are diabolical. I'm good, Vivian. It's so good to hear you're doing well. She breathes gently half through her silently parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrap around my wrist, sending a tingling sensation through my arm. Uh-oh. And suddenly her face seems much closer to mine than it was before. Uh-oh. Are they gonna kiss? Are they gonna kiss? They might kiss. You're really so... Oh, no, she pulls away. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it begun. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent and forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finished fulfilling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's pretty much natural looking. I think it came out better than expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true. Won't take that long. Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here and have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Whew. You said that you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? No, it's not that. I'm just glad we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. Because of you, whose pace is best, or both. It's best to keep some stuff private. Matt, no. So you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping that we'd have a little extra time finishing work. Well, Yuri thinks to herself, I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there'll be some more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all the things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she, I actually got suspicious that she might have done something to herself with when she quickly lowered her sleeve. I think she might have done something with the knife, if you catch my drift. Because she she's got a knife in there, and then she quickly went like this. It's kind of weird, and she hit it. I'm onto her. I noticed.
Back off, you spooky bitch.
Exactly. That doesn't seem to be the last time it can happen. Oh wow, Mars, that's crazy. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out of the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem. I was glad I was able to help. Let me know if there's anything else you'll need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then, Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, I kind of say that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted. Because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over. We can hang out somewhere. I forgot to tell you don't like to go out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what? I'm trying to say so. You're very thoughtful. She takes out a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? I don't even get a chance to. Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori? Huh? Hi Pez. Sayori. Just now we weren't... It's okay, Pez. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Oh, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll be together at the festival tomorrow. That's fine, right? Of course. Sayori beams. Yeah, so... I'll see you tomorrow? Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori? I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was really being mean to me. So I had to come in and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy. You've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Mars? Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Pez? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Pez. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori? What I said before was true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But Sayori looks away. I put my hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Pez. I'm really scared. What are you scared of? Scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Pez, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said, I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, she nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give you. To be honest, I think the main character we're playing as and Sayori have always had more of a connection than any of the other girls. This is what my perspective is. I'm gonna go with choice number one. I'm gonna say I love you. I think that's a very intense thing to say, even in this situation. But I know, it is crazy. But look, chat wanted me to go with Yuri. But I feel like I was saying it even before we went with Yuri. I'm saying right now, I reckon Sayori and the main character are more bonded than any of the other characters. And to be real with you, that Yuri scene was kind of pushed on me. I didn't do anything. I was just clicking. I didn't make any choices. It just kind of did all that. I did nothing. So I'm gonna say choice number one. It's either gonna go really good or really bad. Oh really, Alyssa? Bro's a player. Yeah, TikTok's going nuts. I'm hoping to get to 30k by the end of the year at least. And Classrooms is trending on TikTok at the moment, so because they had a new update, but I got to work through the whole game. All right, I'm gonna say choice number one. I love you. Huh? Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could talk to me more, would like me more than I like you. You should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone else at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. And that's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue to be like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. Pez. Aww. Wraps her arms tightly around me. This is the first time we've seen our character. They both end the same. I had a feeling, Millers, but it would probably be like slightly different cutscenes in between. Pez, is this really okay? Yeah. I hold her in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. I love you, Pez. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit. What is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now? Why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, Pez. It's okay. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now. Okay. I trust you. They release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it's always been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. Really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go on whatever pace suits you best. Hey, Pez. She gazes at me once again, smiling. Even if I get really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? Huh? I don't really understand what she means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It makes like a bunch of thorns when you told me you love me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah. Mars. I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality I'd never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her and she loves me, but I'm having much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as much as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should just be doing something more and something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things come back to the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. Okay. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'll be walking into school with Sayori, but Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be neatly completed. The player character was very mature for that. Honestly, I feel like the player character is like, has his head really screwed on. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, so I gently rolled it up and take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over than I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But I know Monica is sure the event will be great too. Okay. Pez! You're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would have been here by now. She's placing the little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared for all the poems we were performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think on days that important she'll try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. I suddenly feel awful. No, it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Pez. I mean, especially after the exchange with her yesterday. She knows? You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? The exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone else. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Huh? Being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill go down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets and laid it out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this would definitely help. There's no music. It's interesting. It's weird. There's no music. There's usually music. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on their own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she's practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Oh. Get out of my head. 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 Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. Just stops moving. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Ez? What's wrong? Nothing. The poem feels completely different from everything else she's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori. Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal. At least I can wait for her or help wake her up. Even a simple gesture of walking to her to school makes me really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. All she really needs, or what I want to give her anyway. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori! She is a really heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking up from our own house. It's really something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori! Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There is no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes were showing me. Monica straight up did say you left her hanging. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I'll be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. And even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and then make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. The swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I could just spent more time with her, walked her to school, remained friends with her like I've always been, then I could have prevented this. Who killed her? Look, I'm sus on Monica. Monica was like, you left her hanging before I left to go get her. Like you left you left her hanging despite everything. And then the note, the poem, technically kind of was a suicide note, right? And then it says, get out of my head before I do what she tells me. And she also said something about like she was right. Okay. There was blood on her hands that showed that she wanted to stop herself, but she failed. No, I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I only had one chance, and I wasn't acting careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. Still couldn't do what she needed for me. Now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 Monica knows more than you think. End. No, it can't end like that. Ah, here. Okay. Okay. Okay, what?